Hey everyone, Dr. Eric, the fitness physician, where I talk about all things related to hormone optimization, hormonal fitness, muscle medicine, and much more. Also talk a lot about peptide therapy as well as a local peptide doc. So continuing on with thyroid and metabolism Thursday. So it was just had a good Halloween weekend, so I'm still dressed up a little bit. I like wearing my Thor, my superhero stuff. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about some things with thyroid and things that can affect it. So we're going to get into different aspects of this as a review. The thyroid gland produces T4, converts it into T3 ideally, where it acts on the cells all throughout the body. Unfortunately, it can also be converted into reverse T3, which is in the inactive form. It can adversely affect this, as I've talked about in previous videos. So what are some things that affect this? So we're going to start off, we're going to do in different stages in different videos, but today we're going to talk about production. So obviously everything is produced here in the thyroid, and then T4 is the first product that is made, right? That's the first hormone. So what are some things that can affect this initial step? So this is step one. So production. Stress, of course, we all know about the adverse effects of stress, physiologic stress, emotional stress, all these different stressors. It could be from infections, gut infections, illness, lack of sleep, emotional stress, other micronutrient deficiencies, hormone deficiencies, and much, much more. Of course, we all know we live in a very stressed out society. There's a lot of things that affect this, and this can adversely affect many components of this whole production process. Plus, it can affect all the other hormones as well. So that's a huge one. That's why I listed as number one. Infections, trauma, medications, like side effects from multiple medications is extremely common. Trauma meaning just any injuries, head injuries, falls, obviously major trauma, infections of any kind, acute infections, and more importantly, even in chronic and lingering infections. A lot of people have these smoldering infections that just are unrecognized for long periods of time, whether it's CMV or Epstein-Barr virus or some gut infections, yeast overgrowth, etc. Toxins and metals are another huge one. Toxins, of course, can be all the toxins we're exposed to in the plastics and the phthalates and parabens and all these things we're exposed to. It can also be things like mercury, and as I mentioned, heavy metals, arsenic, mercury, lead are very common, unfortunately, which is a whole nother discussion. But unfortunately, we're exposed to this in a lot of the products we're around. So it's important to evaluate everything you're using, cosmetics and foods and things of this nature. If you have mercury amalgams in your teeth, other exposures as well. We have fumes. I have a lot of veterans that I work with, and they're exposed to toxic fumes from all the shots and the firing, etc. So a lot of things can affect this as well, but very common. Fluoride is another one, which we're reading more and more about of late, that can adversely affect iodine uptake. We need iodine for production of thyroid hormone that can compete with this, similar to bromide and the other what they call the halides, like bromine and bromide. And these can affect this and displace iodine. That's not good. So I have a lot of patients who actually supplement with iodine to displace this. Bromines and bromides, etc., commonly found in baking products, processed foods, pop, and things like this. And that can be not a good thing because it's toxic and like I said, it can displace iodine. So fluoride is another one that displaces this. And of course, we're exposed to this. A lot of contaminations in drinking water, even in fluoride toothpaste. So I use kind of an all-natural toothpaste as well. I have basically a reverse osmosis filtration system on my drinking water. I think everyone should do that as well. Autoimmune conditions, of course, can affect this as well on many levels. We'll talk about that in the future, but autoimmune things like celiac and Crohn's and Hashimoto's thyroiditis, of course, can affect all this as well. So that's a huge list, right? These are all things that we can address and we can fix. So, and that's just stage one. We're going to get into conversion to T3 and other things in future videos. So these are some things to be aware of. And again, guys, if you're not, we need to dig into this. Make sure you see me or one of my colleagues who actually digs into this and figures out why you're having this, and let's not just slap a Band-Aid on it. I'm all about hormonal nutrition and fitness, right? Treating things at the cellular level. Let's get the cell working, get things fixed from the foundation, and everything else will work, right? So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Like this, share this post, tag me, let me know what else you want to talk about related to hormonal optimization, peptide therapy, hormone therapy, nutrition, fitness, whatever that may be. I'm all about it. Let's talk about muscle medicine and much more. Reach out to me. I'm doing telehealth, telemedicine consultations all around the country. And I'm also offering a dual consultation with my partner, Allie Gilbert. We have an awesome 1-2 punch where we hit everything: nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, hormones, peptides, much, much more. No one else is doing this. We're going to taking it to the next level with this. So tag us, link in the bio, tag either one of us and reach out. Let me know, again, what else you want to hear about, and I will gladly talk about it. I hope everyone had an awesome Halloween weekend. Everyone have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.